Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining me, your host, Tommy Gilbert, as we take a seat at the table with coaches and student athletes to get a behind-the-scenes look into Titan athletics. From in-depth breakdowns to fun stories, you can catch it all right here on Titan Table Talk. Hello, Titan fans, Titan family. Welcome inside the Ames Library Podcast Studio. It is week 14, almost done with the fall semester here at Illinois Wesleyan as finals begin tomorrow. Almost done with the first half of Titan Table Talk episodes for the year. A brief episode for you today, but should be a fun one, beginning with women's basketball head coach Maya Smith. How are we doing today, Coach?
We're really good today. Got a victory on Saturday, and team's looking good, and we're on break. Well, finals break, I should say.
Finals break here for a few days before we pick things back up this Saturday against Elmhurst. But yeah, the CCIW opener on Wednesday night up in Chicago at North Park. One of those games that's really nice when you have a pretty standard, 8 to 10 player rotation to be able to get everybody in the game and everybody playing real minutes.
Yes.
I mean, with the one exception of Sophie, who's still coming off volleyball, every single player on the roster at least 8 minutes in that ball game when you're up 58-25 at the half and shooting the lights out. Yeah. That's for sure. Fun to get everybody in.
It was, and everybody that got in played really well. I mean, it was some great basketball to watch. A few miscues here and there, but to be expected on the miscues. But just being able to know that our future is still really intact. There's some hidden gems that don't get on the floor a whole lot for us, but we had some nice play from Martha Lippick, some nice play from Peyton Jacobs, and Luigi Lamb came in and hit her first couple of threes really well. So it's good to see.
Yeah, a couple of threes for Luigi, like you said. Martha, 5 points, 5 rebounds. Get Alyssa Epps in there for, I think, 17 minutes. Get her in the scoring column. Liv Myers. I mean, Sarah Bally, 7 assists in 14 minutes. Yeah. Got to play floor general a little bit like there, which that's going to happen when you're shooting, 15 for 19 from the floor in the second quarter and 52% for the game. And
that works.
There's some assists to go around. But a nice, comfortable season opening win in conference play right there. And then knowing you're going into Saturday, what's going to be probably the toughest road test of conference play. You never know what can happen in January. It's a good league year to year. Typically, anything can happen. But going up to Carroll, A, picked to be the second best team in the conference, and B, a really tough environment to go in and play in.
Yeah, Carroll. Just the depth shooting. Our girls do talk about it. We try not to let them talk about it, but it gets brought up that, it's really dark on the ends. One end is closer to a wall than the other end, and they've got some mechanical things that hang down from the ceiling with the way that their baskets go up and down. And so I think it changes a little bit, and we typically have not shot very well there, which is exactly why we talked about high percentage shots going into that ball game. That was one of our focal points.
Yeah, and that pretty much played out maybe the way you would have expected, I believe. Yeah, 2 for 18 from 3, 50% from the field overall. Yeah. It's really hard to do when you shoot 2 for 18 from 3, is to shoot 50%. So you're pretty happy with the high percentage looks that we got outside of three-point range?
Yeah, outside of turning the ball over and not getting a look, I thought pretty much every look we got was really a good look, and had beautiful assist play from Ava Bardick to Katie Knutson. Katie Knutson just played an outstanding game, and the rest of the girls all did their things and turned out to be a really good game in the end.
Yeah, 15 points, 9 rebounds for Katie, 19 and 8 for Lauren, 23 for Ava. Birthday girl Kate Palmer, a little of everything, 8.6 boards, 3 assists, and a pair of steals. But a real, interesting developing game in that Carroll really couldn't get a lot going on offense in the first quarter. 19-11 up early in the second are the Titans, and then an 8-0 run for Carroll, and then a 16-4 run for Carroll a few minutes later after we'd scored a few, and really spent most of that game from maybe the middle of the second to the early fourth quarter playing from behind.
Playing behind, exactly. So the first quarter we did pretty much everything we had asked, and we felt like we were understanding the game prep and then being able to apply it. Second quarter, it's like we started doing some of our own stuff. I'm not exactly sure where that came from, but weren't putting enough pressure on the passer or on the ball. So, we kind of let Carroll impose their will on us a little bit. And then to top that off, we turned it over. And I'm not sure that those turnovers were forced by Carroll. I think they were just not paying attention to what we were doing a whole lot, and then also being just a little bit careless.
Yeah. So a little bit of a break coming up right now, as you said. No games this week, no Wednesday night action or anything like that for finals week here at Wesleyan. But Saturday, back on the floor for the first home CCW game of the year against Elmhurst, 2 o'clock, and then a fairly quick turnaround for the Tuesday night ball game against Chicago. Looking forward to Michelle Gardner-Bielik being back for the first time as a head coach.
Yes, I'm really happy for her, and she's doing a great job. I think they either have one loss or they're undefeated. I'm not exactly sure, but I've watched a little bit on film of them just because I wanted to support her, and she's got them doing a lot of really good things. But Elmhurst, I think Elmhurst might be one of the most improved teams in the league this year.
Yeah, it'll be fun to see the Titans in action against Elmhurst and then against the Maroons, of course, Saturday and Tuesday. Certainly looking forward to it. Congrats on a good start to conference play, and we'll talk to you soon.
That sounds great. Thanks, Tommy.
We'll be back in a few minutes with Amelia Marino and Logan Calvin.
They say inside every challenge is an opportunity. At Illinois Wesleyan, you have the power to seize that opportunity. Discover the tools, the mentors, and the experiences to take on any challenge and shape not just who you are, but who you will become. The best college in Illinois for jobs is right here. Tap or click now to start your free application and break through at Illinois Wesleyan University.
And welcome back, here to talk about the beginning of the track season and the first meet this past Saturday. Two of the wonderful members of our track staff, Amelia Marino and Logan Calvin. How are we doing today?
Fantastic.
Very good.
Good. We've had Adriana, we've had Huff on this fall to talk about cross country, but now finally transitioning into indoor track season. Titan First Chance this past weekend. I know you guys had an alumni event on Friday. Is that correct?
We did.
How'd that go?
I thought it went great. We had some alumni come back, invited them to watch our practice, listen in on our pre-meet meetings. Then we headed over to Tommy's, blanket on it. Tommy's.
Thanks.
That we reserved. So I had some buffet that everyone got to eat from. President Zanger made an appearance. Mike Wagner, athletic director, made an appearance. Gave some speeches. I thought it was a really cool event.
Went really well.
Yeah. And then some of them at least stuck around and not just watched, but competed.
Correct.
On Saturday. No major injuries?
No major injuries.
No injuries at all.
That's always our hope. Say there's a bold few that still show up to compete, so it's always fun to watch them, and I think great for our students to see them on the track still representing Illinois Wesleyan athletics.
I hear Coach Marino might come back next year to make an appearance. So
that is a rumor. Coach Marino isn't as confident in that one.
It's now a rumor that's on camera.
Oh shoot!
And will be saved on the IW Sports website.
So I'm committing to jumping next year. Say I will just need a couple months in advance to start training.
You got plenty of time.
Only if Coach Calvin throws.
You
should jump with me. That'd be fun.
I'm good without that.
I mean, we did, was this, how long ago? Was it 7 years ago now or 8 years ago? We did the all-in video.
Yes.
Where you swam and I attempted to do a long jump. I know the first one I just kind of ran through because
I was like, what are you doing?
I couldn't figure out where to take off.
Oh, yeah.
That was a lot of fun, actually.
It was.
It was a lot of
Did
fun.
you make the pit?
He made the pit.
Oh, yeah.
He crushed it.
Yeah.
Say I lost.
Actually, I saw the video. I just don't remember now. But it's been
I
a
lost
while.
the swimming race.
I remember that one. That was a lot of fun.
It
It
was.
wasn't terrible. It wasn't tragic, but
No, it wasn't embarrassing. I would say neither of us got hurt and neither of us completely embarrassed
So
ourselves.
it was a win.
So it was a win. And that's, I think, where you should set the bar for your appearance next
Correct.
year. And let's be clear, this is a rumor that Logan made up, essentially. But Tyler can edit this video to make it look like anything he wants.
Tyler. I know what was said in here. All of a sudden, I'm committing to jumping next year.
It's going to be announced on social media 2
Oh,
weeks
boy.
in advance.
Absolutely.
Former national champion doesn't make pit.
Highlight former.
But there were actually, in fact, some current athletes who competed on Saturday. It was not just alums and hypothetical coaches. A couple of school records set, too. Imani Ogunrabito tied the triple jump record last year.
Correct.
And first jump this year, correct? 12.11 meters.
Yeah.
Did you see that one coming this early?
I did.
Okay.
Yeah. I say, even coming into this, I said, hey, let's lock our spot in at nationals and let's see what you can do. She, in fall testing, has looked phenomenal. She's strong. She's fast. I think she's got a different level of confidence, having gone through 1 year now, been at 2 national meets. And so I knew it was coming sooner rather than later. And she busted off a big one. So super excited to see what she's going to do the rest of the season.
Yeah, and then in a maybe slightly less traditional event, you had the 300-meter school record being, I believe, reset, correct, by Evan Lauder? And so I know you really don't see like the 300 and 600 the rest of the year. You've got your normal 2, 4, and 8. But is it just this weekend pretty much you do those events?
Yes, that's pretty much just this weekend. Kind of just it's really early in the season. Try not to put too much pressure on them trying to hit their PRs in the 2 and the 4. So just kind of spice things up, do a little something different for the first meet of the year. So
absolutely, we always tell them this meet too. It's just feedback, right? The good, the bad. It's feedback that hopefully is going to fuel their winter training when they go home for break, and then we're ready to come back in January and hit the ground running as we start moving towards indoor conference. So
yeah, because this really is. I mean, it's the one time you guys actually get to compete before break. When did you officially start indoor practice?
November 1st for throws. The sprints, they had a couple good weeks of weather, so I think they bumped back a little bit more, but
so we started mid-September. We would have 2 days a week where it was official practice. It was not mandatory. Our coaches were present. So 2 days a week. Then mid-October we had 3 days a week, and then really beginning of November is when it was 5 days a week. We're preparing for that first meet. So the 2 days a week is great just to get them kind of started in the process of us being there.
Yeah, because the way the season splits up, it's a little like different for you guys than it is for us or it is for basketball, whereas really you don't have much in the way of competition before break.
Correct.
It's very heavily weighted towards January, February for indoor season.
Yep.
So what do you guys do in terms of like training and things over winter break?
Yeah. We send them home with training plans. They've both got, for our sprinters and jumpers, they've got sprint workouts. We've got lifts. Logan?
Yep. Pretty similar, just a little bit harder for throws because most often they're not going to have place to actually throw shot or weight. So mostly just focus on lifting and then, just some turns in with, barbells or med balls pretty much. So not a whole lot.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah. Things that can be easily done no matter what your weight room looks
Correct.
like when you're at home.
Pretty basic stuff, I'd say. Still trying to get, 3-4 days of activity and something in, but
Absolutely.
Yeah, when you look at the throwers, C.J. Ladawig, Carly King, both second. Miss King with personal best, third in Titan history, I believe. Anything else really exciting stand out to you from the throws group this weekend?
I'd say those two are the main ones. We had L'Oreal come in with a, I believe, 2-meter plus PR, so that's exciting to see as well. So.
Oh yeah, awesome! And when we
That's
talk
huge.
about the jumpers, a high jump 1, 2, 3 on the men's side for Matt Lindbergh, Nick Walker, Keegan Upoff, Ethan Godsey, 14.3 meter triple jump, second in school history. What were your thoughts when you're looking at the jump group in general?
So I'm really excited about the jump group. Everyone, I think, had a really good start. Ethan, particularly excited about. We were just talking about him on the way over. He has put in a lot of work in the summer to get where he is now. And I knew, again, like Imani, there was a big one coming, and it was the right environment. He got the slow clap for his last jump. Our whole team was over there cheering him on because the 4x4 had ended, and he had almost a meter PR from last year. Right now, third in the nation. There'll be some movement in that, but hoping he's going to Rochester with us in March. So.
Yeah, that'd be very exciting, to say
Yes.
the least. And,
Yeah.
and fun to be able to get some of those high-end marks in there
Early on.
in December.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I think it's only going to continue to fuel their training over break, right? They're excited. Whether they did really well, they're really, really excited. If they didn't do as well as they wanted, hopefully that's motivation to get them, where they want to be in January.
Yeah. So we got a couple of important personal questions here. I think we need to ask,
boy.
and we're gonna start over here, but I'm gonna ask Logan and not you.
Oh boy.
How many different pads of Post-it notes does Amelia have in her office or on her desk right now?
At least 5 or 6, I think. I'll have to go count. It's it's quite hard.
I like Post-it notes. That's how I remember things.
It's another one of those rumors that goes around. You never know.
One of those rumors. Someone I know usually gives me Post-it notes on my birthday every year. So
I'd like it noted that was just one this year, not even one pad, just one Post-it
Not a
note.
single Post-it note. Not two
Because
pads.
at some point you feel like you're enabling the addiction.
Yeah,
Correct.
that's
You
true.
are fueling
And
the addiction.
I wasn't really sure I wanted to continue to do that because the initial plan, 1 year, 2 the next year, then 3, and that was going to get excessive at
That's
some point.
true.
I'm more thinking of the rest of your coworkers
Yeah.
here, and
A lot of different colors.
They
And just-
appreciate it.
we don't want them drowning in it. So when you look at this finals week, do you guys practice at all this week? Really, as a team, is it pretty much at this point we're starting winter break and into
Correct.
break training?
Pretty much on our own or on their own.
Yeah,
I
we
mean,
sent the workouts so they have them. They're all housed in the app. They've got a spreadsheet as well, and then we're here to answer questions too, of course. But yeah, letting them do it on their own, just because, as you know, being a student, it's a busy time of year for them. So letting them recover from the meet, especially for our freshmen. I know we've got some sore athletes who aren't used to this high level of intensity. So recovering and then focusing on finals, because that's what it's about, right? Making sure they're getting the grades.
Absolutely, and that's we had our last team practice until December 27th, I believe, this morning, and pretty much the same seat you guys are
Similar
sitting in over
situation.
there, and
very nice.
for now get to enjoy one few hour segment of like 45, 50 degree weather here before it gets cold again.
Like 0 degrees again, but
I will be going home after filming this to hang my Christmas lights because
this is the time to do it.
better do that now.
That's a good idea. I should get on that as well.
You
It is a
you
great
have
idea.
the small children excuse for putting it off. I do not have that. I've just put it off.
I don't have the excuse either, just put it off. But you know what? I don't know if it's going to happen today either, and it's okay.
Any fun Christmas winter break plans coming up for you guys?
Say nothing too
Not
crazy.
a whole lot.
Staying home.
Young kids
Yeah.
kind of put a damper on it for me a little bit. But
Say we've got some home remodels going on, so we're going to stay home, try to get those done, and enjoy a little downtime before really the season ramps back up for us in January, and we're pretty much rolling through May. So
Yes.
trying to enjoy some downtime before we
Yep.
get back at it. But we're super excited to be back and in competition again, though.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So it was fun to see everybody back on the track, jumping and everything on Saturday. Good to be able to read the result article on the way home and actually see track and field back in action for the first time since nationals, which is
know.
wild to think about.
As it was yesterday.
But, I know, right? But good luck to you guys. Enjoy your break and have a wonderful couple weeks off here. Enjoy it, and we'll see you back here probably in January, February.
Sounds
Beautiful.
great. Thank you.
Thank you.
You as well.